Another week is down. Clips of the week are back, and we didn't have like the most clips this week, but I still did see a lot of different very interesting topics that these pros and content creators were discussing that I want to go over today and hear your guys' thoughts on it as well. Real quick before this video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we're currently on the road to 120,000 subscribers. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We are shouting out people that DM me proof of them using my code, so shout out to these two people on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for using code KDOG. If you guys want to be featured in a future video, all you guys have to do is use my code in the item shop. There's a bunch of really cool skins coming over these next couple of days, so this is your perfect opportunity to send me proof of you buying them with code KDOG, and then you will have a chance to be featured in one of the next videos. Make sure you guys also follow me on my Twitch or come back here on the day of any of these duo div cup finals if you want to watch the tournaments with me. Without further ado though, let's start off with Yamzo and Agers checking the report tab and then backing out when they see that they're in the same game as Peter and Poyo.
Dude, like, look at this. They load in, they check the report thing, they see that Pete's in the game, and simply back out. Like, they gotta be so terrified of Pete after what he's done to them.
Now, obviously, everybody in the comments of this is saying like, oh, they're scared and like Yamzo's supposed to be the future and all this sort of stuff. But if you need a good game to be able to qualify, if you guys don't know, if you actually do back out of your game before you get into the battle bus, then your game will not count and you'll be able to get into a completely new lobby. But back to what I was saying, if you need a good game to qual and you realize that you're in the same game as the best duo of all time, is it not literally just smarter to be backing out of the game? Obviously, they're never going to do this in something like a finals because that just wouldn't make sense. But if you are trying to qualify for a finals, you want to give yourselves the best opportunity that you have to be able to do that. And Yamzo and Agers aren't the only pros that do this, by the way. In solos, there is so many people that Q dodge Peterbot so they're not in his game. In duos, people definitely Q dodge him as well. And it's not even like Yamzo and Agers don't fight Peter and Poyo. I swear, Yamzo and Agers versus Peter and Poyo has been like the most 2v2s I feel like we have seen from duos this entire season. So they're not doing this in every single game that they're in Peters, but when they need to be able to qualify, it's definitely a smart move. Next up, we got a couple of interesting opinions from Victor V's dad, and he actually gives his take on who is a better option in duos between Ritual and Acorn.
If I was Vic, I would take Ritual over Acorn, because Ritual is a better fighter and he's just as good as an IGL. So I would take Ritual first.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not even that crazy, chat. And to say in duos. On God, that's not. Like, I know some of y'all are dotting up. That's not a crazy take in duos. On God, it's not.
Now, I saw a lot of different interesting opinions on this between people in the comments, and one that I do kind of have to agree with is Mercy saying Acorn is a significantly better IGL and Ritual's fighting doesn't make up for that. So pretty much what he's saying is, even though Ritual is clearly a better fighter than Acorn, I'm assuming that he's arguing that Acorn is closer to Ritual's fighting capabilities than Ritual is to Acorn's IGLing abilities. And I'm curious on what your guys' take on that is in the comments below, so just let me know. But who would I actually say is the better duos player? I think they're both amazing options, and it really does just depend on what kind of teammate you have. Like, Ritual right now is playing with Cold, and obviously Cold is a super good fragger and they are a fighting duo, and that's what they've shown so far. But we can't act like Acorn and Cold would be bad if they duoed, because they literally won multiple FNCSs together. It definitely does though seem like right now a lot of these duos are starting to sway towards being a double fighting duo and less of just like a fully traditional IGL, players like Acorn, Queezy, and Vanya. And so I think this is just one of the opinions that we're gonna have to let time determine who was actually right in this, because next year, if fighting IGLs are just clearly the meta and you're not able to place well in grand finals if you don't have two good players that can fight, but still literally Queezy, who isn't known to be like a crazy fighter at all, just won the global championships. And so I still feel like it's going to be pretty balanced between the top of the top IGLs that know what they are doing. They have experience in grand finals. I don't think they are going to lose a step in duos now just because of how smart their game sense is. But then even after Victor V's dad said this, he also said that he doesn't think Bolts is up to Acorn's skill level and he should be playing with somebody like Cold or Agers.
Yeah, but I don't like the Acorn Bolts lineup.
I mean, you wish you played with Acorn, Pops. Oh God.
No. I don't like the Acorn Bolts lineup.
What's that mean?
What you mean? What you mean? What that mean? You know, I think Acorn. I mean, I like all. Don't get it twisted. I like Bolts. You know what I mean? But I think Acorn should be playing with somebody like a Cole,
Like a Victor V.
No. A Cole. You know, he definitely needs somebody that's well established. Ages.
Well
You know what I mean?
established,
Like-
Pops. Bolts is beyond established. Hello.
Come on, man. You know what I mean? Because I'm not trying to say it. I'm not trying to down Bolts. I'm just saying I don't think that's a winning combo.
Now, this is one that I don't really know if I can fully agree with or not. I think Bolts has been already basically proven himself to be a good duos player. I think he quite literally did place like top 7 in a global championship when he was playing with Bryce X at like the last duo global championships. And even in trios, though not very many people were talking about it, Bolts did still have very good grand finals performances. And I also just feel like Acorn and Bolts are a duo that will work together, grind together, and try to improve together. Again, I also just kind of feel like it's too early to really tell with a lot of these duos because we still just don't have FNCS for about 5 more months. Do I think that Bolts and Acorn have the potential though to win FNCS? Yes, I do. So I'd probably have to disagree with this take. Next up, one that is very interesting for all of you Mongraal fanboys is Mixon said that Comeback was never actually his official duo and they were just trying out together like how he currently is with Mongraal right now.
So you split with Comeback? I didn't duo with Comeback. It's just a try, you know?
This is definitely very interesting to hear because pretty much everything that we have seen this entire week, we've kind of been going into it with the mindset that like, oh, Mongraal is just filling in for Comeback, and then once Comeback is actually back from vacation, if you guys didn't know, that's where he's currently at. Once he's back from vacation, then he'll just go right back to playing with Mixon. But literally, according to Mixon himself, he said that he pretty much is trying out with Mongraal right now, like how he was with Comeback. And I did say this in one of my Cash Cup qualifier videos, but I really do believe that if Mongraal and Mixon have a good finals performance, then they will stick together for the future. It's going to be really difficult for them because they're contested at already not the best drop spot, but it's not even like Mixon and Comeback's finals performances were that good so far in duos either. So even if Mongraal and Mixon are able to get like a top 15 maybe, that might be enough of a promising sign to want Mixon to stick with Mongraal. And this is going to be a huge weekend for Mongraal to show that all of his grinding is going to pay off. Next up, we got Peter talking about how Queezy's first ever second place, the one that he got with Vino, I'm assuming he's talking about the one where they ended up losing to Cammy in the very final game, is more impressive than any of his other globals placements.
Queezy's second place is way more impressive than his first place. Like his first ever second place with Vino against Cammy and Seti. I think that's more impressive than the other two, than just trading every game and going center or playing Storm and shit. You show you what Thomas had on the top 2. I'm talking about the one with Vino. I think that one was the most impressive. They all played crazy. They lost to 2v2. I spawned to lose it.
This is an interesting take right here, definitely. I feel like in Queezy's first ever second place that he got with Vino, Vino was playing just absolutely out of his mind. That was probably prime Vino right there. And then of course they ended up losing it in the very final game. The second place though that Queezy actually got with Thomas HD though, I also just think was so impressive as well. I didn't even really see anybody predicting Queezy and Thomas to finish top 10 in their global championship predictions. I mean, literally they were landing at a bottom of the map drop spot, which wasn't the best drop spot. They already weren't the best fighting team, and they were somehow almost able to win that globals as well. And then the most recent global championships, the one that Queezy actually ended up winning, if they were able to carry on their day 1 performance into day number 2, that would have been potentially one of the most dominant globals performances we have ever seen. But we know what ended up happening in that one, and that one also ended up coming down to the final game. I do think though that every single one of Queezy's global championship performances was impressive in their own right. And I feel like it's kind of just your own opinion on which one you actually want to call the most impressive one that he had. To me though, honestly, the second place that he got to Peter and Pollo last globals was just so insane to me for literally making something out of nothing. I showed this in my video yesterday, but if you guys didn't know, Benjyfishy actually came back to Fortnite for a day. He ended up doing things like playing Reload. He also 1v1'd Clix. And I want to show the clip of Benjyfishy actually beating Clix.
Okay, Benji. Oh, wait. Wait, I see what you did there. You did a little fake pickaxe thing.
Now, hey, he honestly still looks like he got it, man. We got some crazy tweets after this from like Destiny Jesus where he said, I swear Benji could come back now and still top 5 in a grand finals. I already gave all my opinions on that yesterday. I don't think that he would be able to do that, and I know he's being like half sarcastic in that, but a lot of people really did have that opinion after watching Benjyfishy play. My own personal take on this was, I think Benji could do something very similar to what we actually see Mongraal doing right now. Like if Benji were to just fully come back to Fortnite, grind the game for a couple of seasons, he would 100% be able to qualify for a grand final still, I really do believe, if he had good teammate options. But also, like, at the same time, he's literally a Valorant pro. There's no way he's gonna give up everything he's doing in that to come back and compete in Fortnite, but it was cool to see Benji play. Next up, we got Peter actually talking about how IGLing made him so much better when he was first on his come up, and why more people should be trying to learn how to IGL.
Listen, when I was like 14, the exact same age as him, and I had no teammate options because all the IGLs had a different fragger. Instead of like trying to find like a shit IGL, I learned myself because like it's like growing as a player.
Yeah, but the only problem is Victor doesn't talk. He's like shy.
I didn't talk either.
No,
I used to go mute. Kwani, I like Kwani.
He doesn't talk, but like
I don't
he just
talk.
got
I
used
used
to
to
it.
not talk either.
Like the more you play, like
I'm not gonna lie, Pops. Vic needs to just hang with me a little bit. I'll go ahead and bring.
I think this is completely valid. Literally in Fortnite for the longest time now, there's been an issue where we have way more good fraggers compared to good IGLs, and you're always going to be able to find a good fragger, but you're not always going to be able to find a good IGL. So if you are a player right now that's already a mechanical player and also does have some game sense, like if you place well in solos, I think that is a very good opportunity to try to learn how to become an IGL. It's what we see like Higgs doing right now, and especially if this new game meta for 2026 is going to be double fraggers playing with each other. If you're able to learn how to become a good IGL, you're never really going to have to worry about getting dropped, because there's always going to be some underrated super crazy fragger you can pick up, but I don't know if I've ever heard of an underrated super crazy IGL. Let's actually talk about a clip of Clix giving a reason on why he can't grind the game as much anymore.
You're playing a UG Central. Okay, Plugs, I don't be that guy. No disrespect at all. He has nothing in his life other than the game. Nothing in his life. And he won't diss this either. He wakes up, gets on the game, doesn't have meetings, doesn't have this sprint, doesn't have this sprint, doesn't have this. Like, all he doesn't get on the game, which shout out to him. He is the best. We all know that. I can't do that in my life in this moment. I have so much. I'm an owner of an org. I'm an owner of like so much shit. Like I'm cooking hellish on the side. Like, God, I'm trying. Bro, I'm telling you, I just don't have time, bro. I don't have time to play EU Central West, especially this off season. Like when FNCS is around the corner, yes. Like then you put aside every single thing.
Yeah, as he was literally saying here, I still feel like for Clix being as big of a content creator that he is, he still grinds the game more than even a lot of these pros do. Like I do still see Clix play like every single Central tournament, every single West tournament basically. He'll still play Tokes and everything like that as well. And he even says that he's also VOD reviewing before like most tournaments or even after tournaments as well. And obviously like working with their coach of BloodX and everything. And like we talk about pros all the time that just don't grind like Cold or Murstache. And while they are more talented as a player than Clix is, so they don't really have to worry about grinding as much as Clix does, I still feel like Clix probably plays the game about the same as them or even more with all of the other things he still has going on. And especially as he literally said, once it's FNCS time, he literally just fully locks in for those months that he is playing and is even playing off stream sometimes as well to just show how much he still wants to win. Let's talk about a thing that I feel like a lot of these pros have been saying recently, and it's Peter saying Fortnite is miserable to play right now.
I need to make this game fun again, because God, this shit is terrible. I don't think you can name one person that's having fun right now. Even in the last one, I'm not gonna lie, I don't even have a mask. Even in the like Mythic season last one, it was not fun at all. That shit was like, genuinely miserable.
Why are you lying, bro? You had everything. You're having a blast.
I had everything, but I was still miserable. The game is not fun. The most fun thing for me right now is solos, because I just shell over everyone, because there's 1v1s, max 1v1s every game. Prime City is peak Fortnite. That's fun.
You get a one pump gun, like what?
This is just the classic off-season thing that we always see in Fortnite, especially coming off of a global championships. The rest of the season really doesn't matter for much, and then next season it's just gonna get even worse because we're gonna have an entire Simpsons season that I have no clue how any of the tournaments in that are gonna work either. But we've already seen people like Peter, Savage, Ferdoxy, even like a bunch of other pros as well, saying that they're gonna be like going on a break, or they just don't want to play the game right now. They don't have motivation to play. And so I wouldn't be surprised at all if next season, when we do have that Simpsons season, if a lot of these pros do end up just taking breaks from the game and we don't see them play in tournaments. We don't even know if there's actually going to be tournaments or not yet next season. But this clip also was before all of the exotics got added back into the game, so maybe Peter will enjoy the game more now, since crash pads and all of just like the best loot that you know he's gonna get a carry every single game is in it. He might have just been having a little bit of exotic withdrawals. Let's talk about a clip of Pollo actually talking about who was a player that he looked up to the most back in the day when he played on NA West.
So when I first started playing, I'd look up to Arkram on West. I thought like he was the best at the time. When he played, like I think he was like ahead of everyone else in terms of the way he thinks. There's always someone you could like look up to learn more about the game.
That whole trio of Arkham, Epicwell, and Rex, I'm pretty sure was their third, was just absolutely on a completely different level than anybody else on West back then. I think pretty much anybody that played West definitely looked up to them, or maybe even somebody like Reet, because Reet was just absolutely dominating West while being on controller. Those probably were the last times where West really had like some insane names on it. I guess West did have Arc for the last couple of seasons, but now that Arc is on Central 2, I really don't even know who the best West player is anymore. Let's go over actually some just cool moments that we saw from this week with Sky and Marius with the 200 IQ crash pad play.
Now I'll turn back in. Oh my. Hey. What in the crash pad is going on? Sky gets both kills, but what the f was that?
That could have ended up going so wrong, but it somehow worked out for them. I had someone in the comments saying that's literally just the muscle memory of having double pump, because I don't think any of us really believe that Sky did that intentionally. Still a super cool play to look at though. And then we also have a 2v2 fight between Donnie and Joji versus Peter and Pollo, and a rare clip of Peter actually getting clipped.
The sidewalk. I went down. I made space down below.
Okay. I'm up on one. 100.
You're gonna double.
200.
Since we just showed him getting clipped, we'll let him get a little bit of redemption here, and it's just Peter walking through everyone in the end game with Pollo being his hype man.
Lost him on the right. No, no awareness on you. Oh my, oh my. No, no, no. One pump right here? Ah, bad edit, bro. Nice. You're top 5. Nice. Got a storm here? No, no, no. That guy's head is pounding. Love you. Careful. What? Got a storm. 1v2, bro. Good luck. Crash pad in. Short crash pad. Oh, you're dead. Nope. You're good. 400 builds. Guys are in sync, I'm not gonna lie.
No!
Unlucky.
Bro, like, come on, bro. Like.
Other than that though, as I said, not the most clips that we had this week. Hopefully we get some more for next week. Let me know what you guys think about everything, of course, in the comment section down below. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. Please use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop if you guys want to support me even more. Gonna be shouting out so many people over these next couple of days. Here's another person up on the screen right now. Thank you so much for using code KDOG. YouTube says there's like 1 of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.